Hi everybody, my name is Oriel Arthur and I am here presenting my project, my instructional art project for human sexuality. Today is the 27th of February. So I decided to create a pamphlet about sex, sex therapy and relationships, and I wrote specifically a pamphlet about why like six so sorry, let me go back. So the reason I decided to do this subject for my project was because it was one that as I was reading, as we've been going through the various chapters for this class, I felt the most challenged by this chapter, in that it was hard for me to imagine. It's always kind of been an insecurity. It's hard for me to imagine myself being a marriage and couples or a marriage and family counselor, because I feel a lot of pressure of having people's like relationships and lives being in my hands, and it being my responsibility to repair or to help them reconnect. I feel like that's a lot of responsibility and it gives me a lot of anxiety. Like, what if I say the wrong thing? What if I get them to break up? It's just, there's a lot of fears and insecurities come up. So this chapter, I decided I wanted to do my project on something that was challenging for me. So I went back through the chapters, and this one was the one that I remember wanting to go back to and kind of reiterate and memorize in my head, because it's something that I feel like this chapter was really helpful. It was chapter 8, and specifically, it talked about what sexual problems can come between a couple. And I, in my project, narrowed down to 6 issues, that sexual related issues that a couple can go through, or that can create strife in their relationship. So even if I wasn't already challenged by the subject, I decided to make a pamphlet. So I decided to use Canva, which I'm the only art materials and like resources I'm used to is painting. So this was a huge challenge for me. But again, I wanted to challenge myself. It just took a lot of time. But I feel pretty proud of the final product. I decided to make a pamphlet through digital art. Again, I am not technologically oriented. That's a huge area of weakness for me. So this whole project was a huge learning curve, but I feel like I gained a lot of skills and a lot of important insights. So the pamphlet again goes through the various, 6 specific sexual issues that couples can struggle through. And the pamphlet addresses how a therapist would be able to address the issue, and then kind of gives like a couple exercises and some more information, generally just about sex and information. And again, I feel like it was really cool for me to like, go through and slow down for this chapter, because even though I wish I could retain every single word in everything that I read for every project, that and for every reading assignment, that is not how I think all human brains work, but especially my ADHD brain. I have to, even the notes that I remember, because often I'll be reading on my phone and I'll take photos and then highlight specific pieces of the textbook that like really speak to me. And that's actually how I figured out I wanted to work from this chapter. Is there was a quote about how humans, and this was the main reason why I realized I wanted to do a project about this subject, is that I think sexuality, like if when having, I think sexuality is based on a lot of really sensitive, intimate details and your not only your opinions about your partner, but your opinions about yourself. So I feel like this subject isn't only that you and your partner just aren't like feeling horny at the same time. It's it can touch on every aspect of a person's life, their subconscious, conscious, their trauma. I and personally on this subject, I like was able to reflect on how I figured out I had residual sexual trauma from my childhood because of actually going to therapy with my partner when we were struggling. Or we didn't go to therapy, but we watched some videos together because we were just kind of struggling sexually together. And it just opened up a whole plethora of personal work that was difficult, but really eventually beautiful and healing. So I think I answered all the things. So basically, the pamphlet will walk a future client. And again, so I really appreciated this chapter because I feel like it helped me kind of consolidate and it gave me a blueprint on how to tackle this issue if it ever comes up with a client or clients, if a couple comes in, and I feel a lot more confident about addressing this subject, not only like relationship issues, but specifically sex related issues. And the reason I think I think I'm very comfortable in my own body, but I can also hold space for really uncomfortable conversations and other people's emotions. So I think I'll be able to really hold my own and to hold a space that can be constructional, healing, and informative, and hopefully not only heal a couple's relationship, but maybe even open up some insight to their own healing that they need to do. So thank you for listening, and I hope you all like it. Okay, don't judge me too harshly. Thank you.